Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on our webinar, How to Instagram for Laser Businesses. If you're joining us for the very first time, this webinar is being hosted by Estanza Laser. We are a laser distributor in the United States, but we have clients all over the world, even internationally. We started off as a laser tattoo removal provider specifically, and we have since expanded into technology for laser hair removal, for skin resurfacing, pigmented lesion removal, vascular lesion removal. So we treat a variety of aesthetic services with our lasers, and we work with a ton of different audiences, from physicians to tattoo artists to entrepreneurs, and even nonprofits. So we're super excited to have you guys here today. That's a little bit about Estanza, but you guys are here to learn more about social media, specifically about Instagram. So let's not waste any time and just dive into it. Today, I have myself. My name is Amy Yan. I am the client marketing manager here at Estanza. I work solely with our clients, help them kind of onboard, get their businesses ready, kind of give them that foundational marketing support to kickstart their businesses. And I'm joined by two lovely team members, Hannah Barling and Sophia Martinez Murillo. I will let them introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hannah Barling. Thank you for the warm intro, Amy. And thank you all again for joining us today. I am the content marketing manager here at Estanza Laser as well. So I focus on the Estanza brand and working as our marketing department here to help lift all of our clients' businesses, as well as brand awareness and lead generation, focusing on digital content, things of that nature. So I'm very excited to be teaching you guys a little bit more about Instagram today.
Hi, I'm Sophia Martinez Murillo. I am the marketing specialist here at Estanza Laser. And yeah, I'm really excited to work here as well. I'm more of the behind the scenes. I write blogs and do content creation for Instagram. So yeah, I'm really excited to be here and show y'all how to use Instagram.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we're like the three musketeers of the marketing team here at Estanza. So if whether you're a client or someone new or someone interested in joining Estanza, you'll probably be working with one of us at any point in time, or you're just joining us today and meeting us for the first time. But we're super excited to have you guys. So let's dive into today's agenda. Hannah, can you tell us a little bit more about what we're going to be talking about today?
Definitely. So we are going to start off with, what is Instagram? Hopefully most of you guys have at least heard of it since you're joining us here today. But we will go over the basics of what is the platform and how it functions. And then we'll get into details as far as setting up your profile the correct way, optimizing your posts, your stories, your highlights, how to go live on Instagram, how to create and share a reel, and then as well as some best practices for direct messaging, actually interacting and messaging with people on the platform. And then we will give you guys a little bit more information about what the Estanza client partnership is and what we offer the folks who partner with us here at Estanza Laser.
Yeah, so this is going to be including a lot of things about Instagram, as Hannah said, but we're actually going to be doing some how-to tutorial steps on how to actually navigate through the app. So this is a great resource for a lot of people who are brand new to Instagram, but also for those that are seasoned. We're going to be sharing tidbits about each kind of sector about Instagram. So let's get started. All right, so what is Instagram exactly? As Hannah said, most likely you heard of Instagram and you know someone that's using Instagram, but we'll kind of give you an overview of what it is. So Instagram is a social media app. It's a huge network where people can share photos and videos about their personal life, but more and more businesses are actually adopting Instagram to use and promote their business. It's a highly visual social network, meaning it's great for aesthetic practices. So whether you're offering laser tattoo removal or laser hair removal or even Botox, these are all treatments that are highly visual that people want to kind of see before they book an appointment. So that's why Instagram is very important and useful for these types of businesses. You can engage with potential clients and existing clients, but it's actually a great platform to get those booked appointments. You can have somebody direct message you, ask questions directly about any of the treatments that you're showcasing. Maybe you posted a before and after photo on your Instagram profile, and that really was the last triggering factor that somebody needed to make that decision to book an appointment with you. But they might have more questions, so they DM you, kind of get more information, and then there you go, you have a booked treatment on your calendar. It's because it's a photo and video sharing app. It's great for sharing before and after photos, treatments in action. You know, it's a great way to be personal as well, kind of share team highlights. If you hire someone new or you want your existing clients to get to know your staff a little bit better, you can always do your team in action posts. And then of course you have service promotions. So if you're offering some kind of deal, or maybe you have an event coming up where you're going to be offering in-house promotions, Instagram is a great way to market those things. So it kind of is an all-encompassing platform to market your business, but definitely more heavy on the photo and video sharing side. Did I miss anything, girls? Is there anything else you want to add?
No, you did not miss anything. That was great. But I actually was just reading yesterday or the day before when Amy was talking about how popular the platform is. Monthly, there's 1 billion people that access the app. So across the world, there's 1 billion people that are on Instagram. And then daily, there are 500 million people who access the app daily. So there's just beyond numbers and numbers and numbers of folks that are on the app. Which is all the more reason that you should have your business have a presence on there.
Yeah, I'm super glad that you shared that. The reach for this platform is astronomical. Like Hannah just said, so many zeros of people coming on this app. I think you can actually create a profile once you are 13 years old. So, you know, there's a ton of people on the app that are growing up with the app, that are constantly, you know, seeing different businesses join it. So people will actually go on Instagram more often now, especially younger audiences, to find a business that they're interested in versus Googling. Of course, Google is the #1 search platform, but combined with Instagram, you know, it all makes sense. Having an Instagram platform is very, very important to kind of give you that additional content, give you that supporting content for your website that people are also searching for on Google. So yeah, that's Instagram 101. But let's dive into the nitty-gritties of how Instagram works. So setting up your profile. Hannah, you want to take this one?
Definitely. So we've got a screen recording here on the left, so I'll kind of guide you through this as we're talking here. So this is your profile. As you can see, this is Estanza's profile. You can see that we have a bit of an aesthetic. We've got a couple different types of posts that we continually share, whether it's a client feature, a video, a graphic, our most recent blog that we have shared on our website, some fun holiday posts. So you can see that there's a variety of content on there. But what you want to make sure first and foremost is that you are set up as a business profile. So you'll hit the top 3 lines on the top right and go to your settings, and then you scroll to the bottom of your settings. We are already set up as a business profile, but yours probably isn't. So you'll hit switch account type, and then it will give you the option to switch to a personal, a creator, or a business, depending on what you've already chosen. So right then and there is when you want to select set up a business profile. So you'll go ahead and click switch to business profile. This not only gives you access to special insights, it also will have Instagram sort of suggesting certain posts for you to boost. Boosting means that you just put some money behind something and they will actually analyze that for you. So the more active you're on there, the more different types of content that you're sharing, they can give you recommendations on business moves for what you're already sharing, which is really great too. And it can be as little as like throwing $5 to $20 on something and promoting it just for a few days and seeing if that gives your reach that extra boost. So setting up as a business profile is first and foremost what you want to ensure that you do on the platform. And then some other basic best practices as far as the look and feel of your profile. Use the logo. So if you do have your business, you have a logo, we highly recommend using your logo as the profile image. If you don't, make sure you use something that really lets people know immediately that is you. Like, okay, that is Estanza Laser. I recognize that. I know that that image matches their brand and their services. So just things to consider when you're first getting set up with your business profile.
Yeah, I've worked with many clients who are not aware of setting up a business profile. And so they kind of treat it like their personal one. And we love seeing our clients. We think you guys are all beautiful. And if you're starting a new business too, I'm sure you want to put your best self forward and put your face as your profile photo. But that's more of a personal profile photo thing. I think setting your logo as your profile photo for your business is definitely the best way to go because it is synonymous with your brand. And that's what you want people to see. So yes, you can have your personal face photo as your for your personal Instagram profile, but for your business one, definitely put your logo. I think that's going to be the smartest move for setting up your profile on Instagram. All right,
Absolutely.
have a few more tips.
All
So
right,
a few already. I'm just making sure it
let's-
switched slides. Excuse me. Go right ahead,
You're fine,
Sophia.
you're fine.
Get us some more details on the profile
Yeah,
here.
so for setting up your profile, so you want to go to your actual profile, and like Amy and Hannah said, you want your picture to be your logo actually. So this is where you can change your profile picture. You can either remove it if you have your face instead of your logo, or input it from Facebook if you have that already, or just from your camera roll. And then this is where you want your name and your actual username to be your business name, so that people can actually know exactly where to go. If you have a website, then this is where you would put it there and link it. We decided to put our Instagram links because we have a lot of links that we say a lot on our profile and our feeds. So a good tip is to add Linktree if you decide to like have a good click button for your prices, for before and afters, all the services that you provide. So it's a really good idea to have that so people can just click on it and have all that information laid out for them. And I'm going to go to the next one. This is where you want to have your profile bio. So it's a little bit more information about your business, what you'll provide. So for us, we have hashtags as well, one-stop shop for aesthetic lasers. And you also want to, make it cute, make it aesthetic. So you can add some emojis on there. And if you have some partner businesses, this is where you can also add them as well. So for us, we have training for at New Look Laser College. And we also have our aesthetic, before and afters and tattoo removal. So this is where we see your results at Estanza tattoo removal. And then you also want to, create a category for your business. So for us, it's health and beauty. For you, it might be the same, might be different. So this is where you would go down a category and then search for whatever you want, health and beauty. And this is just for customers and just for Instagram to make sure that it's categorizing you right.
Absolutely. Yeah. For the category too, that can help them when they're sorting things in the algorithm too. It will show your content with other content that's related. So not only does like on your profile, when somebody comes to look at you, they know exactly what type of field that your business is in. That also helps Instagram itself kind of categorize the content that you're sharing and make it work for your benefit in the algorithm. So I'm really glad that you brought that category up, Sophia.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, posts. Hannah, can you tell us a bit more?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a couple different types of posts you can create on Instagram. First things first, we'll just do your average post. So click the plus sign, and then you can go to your camera roll and choose an image. You can edit the image within the app, as you can see us looking at those filters or scrolling with that magic wand. And then you want to ensure that you type a caption that is succinct and a little fun, and then also example of what exactly is going on in the photo. So for this one that we've pulled up here, we were visiting one of our clients, Eden Body Art Studios in Dallas, Texas. And this is an image of them working in their tattoo shop. So anytime you have somebody that you can tag within the caption, that also helps you get more reach. So here we made sure that we tagged Eden Body Art Studios in the caption. And then we gave just sort of a short and sweet sentence or two about what's going on. So we're featuring tattoo artist Deanna, one of our tattoo artists who also performs tattoo removal within their studio. And then you always want to include some type of call to action. So right here, for example, we said, learn more about the industry at the link in our bio. And as Sophia mentioned earlier, to add some some spice to it. You want to add some emojis here or there. So this one we use the arrow to the phone because we're trying to remind people like go somewhere and click on something. And then of course you want to include hashtags. So make the hashtags relevant and do a good mixture of like very popular hashtags and then some specific hashtags. So you can see here that we're typing out laser tattoo removal, tattoo life, tattoo removal, things of that nature. And then location. So this location was actually at Ian Body Art Studios. So you can see that add location option and you want to click add location. And then at the bottom, you can also see that we just toggled to hit share to Facebook as well. So if you have a Facebook account, go ahead and hit that button and it'll share to your Facebook page. There are advanced settings that you just saw a little snippet of us scrolling through there. Those are more so if you have any type of sensitive content. If you would like folks to maybe not comment on something, you can turn off comments. You can also add any alt tags or the backend descriptions, like the meta descriptions that you may have seen that word before. That just means for people who may not be able to see the images, if they have some type of app on their phone that allows them to hear like a dictation of what's going on in the visual, then that is where that alt description, that alt tag, that meta description, that is what that is for. As you can see, we've paused on this picture here because we had already shared it to our feed. So we didn't actually hit that share button on the top right, but that is exactly what you would do. And in general, when you're looking at what to post, the main thing is that you just want to ensure that you are being consistent. So if you're thinking of videos, you've got before and after photos, as we mentioned earlier, any type of staff highlights or testimonials from your people, then you want to kind of get a nice little rhythm going. So as you are looking at what to share and you're going through the process of sharing, just think about a little bit consistency and kind of switching up. Like you don't want to do 5 treatment videos in a row. Maybe throw in a client testimonial or a staff highlight in between so that you can kind of mix up that feed aesthetic that we mentioned earlier.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Hannah. Yeah. Posts, again, they live on your profile. So that is basically what's building that aesthetic tile grid. So planning out what type of posts you want to do in advance is going to be really, really helpful for making sure that you keep that consistent look across your profile. So for Estanza, I think we talked about this before, but we kind of cycled through testimonials, we cycled through blog posts, webinars, a few other things, but we know this one is going to be this color post, this one's going to be a video, and we kind of alternate, but we have everything mapped out on a content calendar. If you don't have a content calendar, we'll kind of give you something later, sneak peek.
Special treat coming your way.
Yeah, a little treat coming up, so stay tuned. But having a content calendar is not just great for your business, but it will keep you sane. You'll be able to kind of schedule things out, plan things in advance. It's great for also consistency within your staff too, letting them know, hey, let's put a treatment video out on Tuesday, Thursdays, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday can be a mixture of either a team post or before and after, kind of giving them something to look forward to. We'll let you and your staff know what to be recording, getting those photo and video consent forms from your clients as well is going to be really, really helpful to plan for your Instagram posts.
Absolutely. Thank you for adding that.
Alrighty, post interaction. Hannah, can you tell us more about this?
Definitely. So as important as it is to be posting on this platform, you also want to be equally engaging with people on the platform. That will reward you in the algorithm, and it also just establishes more of a brand presence on here. So we've just got a screen recording here of us scrolling through our feed. So you can see on the bottom left, that little home icon is highlighted. That means we're on our home feed, and we're just scrolling through and liking the images of people that we already follow. So that little heart that keeps popping up, the easiest way to like an image is just to double tap within the picture. You can also click the heart icon on the bottom left of these images. But as you're just trying to kind of get your quote unquote interactions over with for the day. You're a busy business owner, you're running a laser business, you don't have a ton of time to be on social media, but you understand the importance of it. So just daily, if you can just go through and do a little bit of liking and commenting, that will go a long way. It's kind of back to that consistency thing. If you are consistently interacting with other accounts and liking and commenting and maybe even sharing, you can see the little conversation bubble is how you would click on that to leave a comment. And then the airplane or kind of arrow looking image next to that is how you could share something. So when you click that airplane image, you can actually send that directly to somebody in a message, or you can share that to your story. We'll get to stories here in a second and give you guys a little bit more information about stories. But in short, you know, as much as you're posting, you also want to be interacting and giving that sort of engagement back to the platform as well. And that is essentially how you can go through and increase your reach across the platform by liking, commenting, tagging other people in posts, and then sharing content as well.
Awesome. All right, we have stories and highlights. So these are two of my favorite features of Instagram, which is why I volunteered to take these slides. But I think they're really fun. So stories, if you're not on your profile, but you're actually on the feed where you can kind of scroll through and interact, at the very top, you can kind of see there's icons where it shows everybody's logo. I'm going to do a quick pause here. But when you scroll through those, or if you click on one of them, then you can kind of see what people are posting on their stories. Stories are essentially posts that you can have that will show for 24 hours only before disappearing off of your profile completely. So they're really fun. They don't have to be anything too serious. Again, posts, those live on your profile indefinitely unless you archive them or delete them. But stories will show up just for those 24 hours. So how you can add one is you can either swipe right on your screen, and then you can add a story at the bottom right here where it says post, story, reel, or live. You would select story, or on your main navigation menu, you should see a plus icon in the top right corner, and you should be able to select a story there as well. But we'll let this story continue. So you can either select a photo from your library or video, or you can take a photo directly or a video directly and then upload it that way. Once you've selected your video, you can then add different interactive stickers. So they have everything from polls. You can do a location tag. If you're maybe at an event, you can put a location sticker. You can do profile tags. So say you're doing maybe an IG live with an influencer or with your laser distributor or manufacturer. You can tag them. You can do hashtags, questions, quizzes. There's so many different little interactive things that you can put on stories. But I think it's very, very smart to use them because you want people to interact with you on these stories. You know, a lot of people, they don't have time to kind of scroll through their feed. So they'll actually just click stories and watch those, whether they're, you know, at their desk sneaking in a little Instagram time during lunch or right before bed, or maybe it's the first thing that they watch in the morning. So stories are a really, really fun way to interact with your clients, potential leads, to get some, you know, feedback on different treatments that you want to offer or that you are offering to kind of see, okay, maybe we should be marketing laser tattoo removal more than skin resurfacing because more people are interested in that service. I like that little fire emoji. It's kind of asking people to slide, you know, how hot do you think this treatment is? Or maybe you posted before and after photos and you can change that fire emoji to a heart eye emoji. And people can kind of interact that way to see, you know, yeah, I really like that treatment. But yeah, they're really, really fun. Stories are a great way to interact. I think that's the biggest takeaway from this. And then also, if you do use stickers and interactive features, Instagram's algorithm will actually reward you for that and show your stories more and to a greater reach. So don't just post a video or a photo with a caption on your stories. Make sure you put in some kind of sticker to get those rewards.
Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that, Amy. That's a huge piece. Anytime you can use the platform's integrated features, they will reward you for that. So just be mindful, you know, you want to make your time work for you. So anytime you can kind of do that one little extra step that's going to give you exponential reach is super important.
Yeah, and again, with a business profile, you do get special insights. So you're able to see how many people are actually interacting with it, how many people just straight up skip to your stories or watch the full thing. So it's really, really important to have a business profile to get those insights and see how interactive your stories are, how many people are actually engaging with you.
Definitely.
All right, so stories and highlights kind of go hand in hand. Highlights actually stay on your profile right here. I'm going to pause. So this is your profile, poster down here. These are where your highlights live. So highlights are essentially a library of your stories, and they can be put into different categories. So say you're doing a lot of story posts about before and after photos, you can actually compile all of those into a highlight called before and afters, so that after those 24 hours of a story disappearing, it'll actually live in that highlight on your profile until you choose to delete it. The great thing about highlights, again, is that you can create different categories highlighting different aspects of your business. So we like to do, tattoo removal because that's one of the biggest technologies that we sell for. And then we have client love because we love to show our clients love and let other people see what our clients are doing at their businesses. Again, we have one for hair removal and other treatments that we offer through our technology. We have Beam Team. Again, I think it's always important to highlight your team and give people an inside look at who's working at your business. It just creates that, it gives your brand some personality and lets people kind of see what their favorite laser tech is up to. And it might help them get more booked appointments too. They might see like, hey, Hannah did a really cool reel the other day, or I saw that on your highlight and I want to book a treatment with her. So that's something to look out for as well. So just be very specific with your highlights, make sure that they're organized and that you're constantly adding stories to those respective highlights. Another thing that you want to do is make sure that you have a specific cover and icon for that highlight. So we have, as you can see, we've given each one a title, and you can kind of either choose an emoji to name that highlight, or you can actually name it what it is. So here we have treatments. Also, another thing for highlights to be aware of is that it can only contain 100 photos or videos within the highlight. So once you reach that max, you can just create another highlight to continue. Maybe you have BNA1 or BNA2 to show the continued story posts from your before and afters. But just be aware of that there is a limit. Okay, IG Live and Reels. Sophia, take it away.
Thanks, Amy. So for IG Live, this is an awesome opportunity to actually interact with your audience. So you'll see at the top right, you can click the plus sign and just go live, or you can just slide to the right and go all the way to the bottom where it says live. And this is awesome because you can actually add a title to your live, and here we'll say, we're going live right now, come join us, anything like that. And it will send a notification to your audience, your followers, so they can actually be like, oh my gosh, they're going live. I want to see what they're doing, and click on it and see what you're actually doing. And an awesome neat feature about this is that you can actually practice before you go public, or you can even schedule the live whenever you want to plan this out. So we'll say Thursday, March 3rd is an awesome feature as well. And then you can also add people that you want to go live with. Let's say you have someone that you want to invite, another client, you want to talk with them, you can do that as well. And then you just click live and talk about whatever you want. And you'll see on the actual home button, you'll see that Truly Beauty was going live while we were recording this. So whenever you go live, it'll actually push your story to the first one, so people see it a lot more. And you'll be more likely to have a lot more audience there as well. Some features that you get while you're going live is that you can actually invite people to join your live. Let's say you have a client that you work with a lot, and they want to talk about what kind of features or discounts they're having, or what procedures they do. So that's an awesome feature as well. Or people can request to join your live and you'll accept them as well. Your audience can send questions, and you'll just click on the cute little icon on the bottom, and then it will actually be posted as a sticker on your live. So your audience can read the question and you can answer it whenever you want. And you can also actually send the live to your followers. So it kind of looks like that little send button at the top, and you'll see that while you're recording your live, you can send it to your followers and they'll be notified as well like that. And another awesome feature is that you can share photos from your camera roll while you're going live. So let's say you have before and after that you want to talk about, you can actually show that while you're going live and it will just pop up there. And lastly, after you end your live, you'll have an option to save it and actually post it to your account in your feed so that you have future clients or future audience that wants to see that live, they can just go through your posts and see it there.
Definitely. Yeah, that was very, very comprehensive. Thank you, Sophia. Yeah, live is great. As she mentioned, you know, it'll get you right at the top of those stories. So when people open the app, they'll see you right away. They'll get notified. So you're getting that exposure to people who also already follow you. And then I definitely recommend, you know, saving that and posting it to your feed too, because then it, you know, you're working. The whole reason we're trying to give you guys all these tips and tricks is that you can kind of work smarter, not harder. So if you've done the effort, you've gone live, you've featured somebody, you've answered questions, all of that good stuff, definitely we recommend to save and then share that to your feed so that it will forever live on your profile, because you never know when that'll be relevant to somebody else who hasn't seen your page before.
Definitely.
Yeah, and co-hosting is a great feature too, because you're getting that additional exposure. So if there is an influencer in your area that you can partner with, maybe you sign a contract and you say, hey, let's do one IG live a month, and where they're able to kind of share with their audience too. Even if it's just an IG live where one of your laser techs is doing an actual live treatment on that influencer, showing the hair removal treatment or tattoo removal treatment or Botox treatment, kind of giving them an inside look at how it works. You're reaching that influencer's audience as well, all of those followers, people that will probably be influenced by the influencer that they're following, and getting that additional exposure for your brand. So that's a really cool way to use IG Live. I think that's how we use it too. We like to highlight our clients. So if that's something that you're interested in trying out, definitely plan something on the content calendar, create, you know, a plan of what you want to talk about in the IG Live. Don't just go live without a plan. Definitely have something written, talk about it with your team, and then do the IG Live. But yeah, it's a really, really fun feature. Don't feel scared or daunted by doing it. It's definitely something that can get you great exposure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Reels.
All right, Reels. So like live, you'll do the same thing where you click the plus button and you'll just click Reels as well. And this is just like a fun creative outlet where you can actually have more information about your products or your services, questions that your audience have a lot. So these are just some features. You'll go from 30 seconds to I believe 60 seconds. You can change the speed and the layout. And I think the layout is really important because you can actually duet other people. So let's say that you see a client using your product and you want to duet and interact with that. That's awesome. And it will actually show up on their followers side and your followers side. And then you can also use the timer, and that would like just be a good way to kind of pause and start whenever you want. And this is just a way of like, whenever you're ready, previewing it and also adding more sounds and stickers and anything like that. But yeah, it's a great way to be creative, share your silly side of your company. You know, it's very, your business can be very focused on the lasers and just aesthetic profiles, but Reels are a little bit more like, oh, I'll search this site and you know, like have this sound that people like a lot, so I'll use that. But yeah, you can also select the custom photo whenever you're done posting all those little silly things, and it will post to your feed as well, and not just the Reels, so people can look through it as well there. It's easily transferable to TikTok, which is another outlet that people love to use, and it's been very popular. And you can, as we said, do it with other videos, and you can set the locations, write a caption. It'll just have a large audience reach as well. And you can just, it will actually go on the bottom if you see the little icons on the bottom of the Instagram app, there's actually just one thing that's just for Reels. So this will actually go on the algorithm, and I think you'll get a lot more reach for your audience, and just people that like to watch Reels. So you'll get a lot more people interested in your business as well.
Yeah, it's a little different from stories, where stories are pretty much, if you don't have a public profile too, they're kind of only shown to your followers. But Reels, once you post a Reel, it's kind of shown to anybody that Instagram's algorithm thinks it relates to. So even if they're not following to you, the reach is a lot bigger than just posting a story. And again, Sophia briefly touched on TikTok. I'm sure you guys have seen TikTok. It's all over the place, but Reels are kind of Instagram's equivalent to TikTok. So they're very fun, creative videos. This doesn't have to be like how tattoo removal works. It can be something with like you copy a voiceover that somebody has recorded. Maybe it's talking about, I don't know, something fun, something crazy, but you can use that, do a voiceover and create something really fun and creative. So if you're still not sure what Reels is, or if you haven't put one together, just navigate to the Reels section on your profile feed, and then take a look at some, and you'll kind of get the hang of what Reels are all about. It's totally a different vibe. They're very fun. You might end up scrolling on them for hours.
Yeah, it's dangerous. You could get trapped in and watching all the other ones too.
Right.
One note though is if you do use TikTok, I think it's best to actually create the reel on Instagram instead of transferring it from TikTok, just because it will actually increase your algorithm a lot more than Instagram will see that it's a TikTok video. So definitely record it on Instagram first, and if you want to then save it and go to TikTok, then I think that's the best option.
Yeah, that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up, Sophia, because they are similar apps or features, you could say, the Reels feature and TikTok, and as far as like the types of content that is included in those, and then the audience that it resonates with. But definitely, if you're looking at doing both and you're trying to kind of double dip, and I feel like I've said it 10 times already today, but work smarter, not harder. Create it in Instagram first so that you get that in the algorithm. And then you can save that and then post it to TikTok and then get that reach as well. So that's a really great point. I'm glad you brought that up.
Awesome.
Great. All right, direct messaging. So we don't have a video for you here, but we do have a little icon to kind of show you where direct messaging lives on your profile. So when you go to Instagram, right when it opens up, before you switch to your profile feed, you should already be on the feed where you kind of just scroll through other people's posts. That's going to be your home page. Profile is here on the right-hand side where you can see our logo on the bottom right, but you want to make sure you're on home. And then you'll see this little airplane icon on the top right. That's where your messages lives. That's what direct messaging is, how you can access your direct messages. So direct messaging is great. It actually acts as Instagram's kind of text message platform. So what you're going to be doing with direct messaging is interacting with clients, potential leads, friends, family, whoever you want to direct message that has a profile on Instagram. That's going to be where you do all of your conversations. It's a little bit different from comments because comments are public on your profile, but direct messaging is going to be that one-on-one interaction with a specific person that you're either reaching out to or that's reaching out to you. So again, you're chatting privately with friends, potential leads, existing clients. It has all of the same features that posts and stories and highlights have. You can add those stickers, you can send animated GIFs, and have other interactive little fun features on there. For somebody maybe like an existing client that you've already established a relationship with, I wouldn't send a GIF to someone who's reaching out for the first time, or maybe that's your brand and you do that. You're really friendly with people. Totally do whatever you're comfortable with. But you can add those fun little things to your direct messages. You can like messages, you can delete messages, but most people will get direct messages from people inquiring about their services or inquiring about their business information, whether it's their hours or even booking appointments. So definitely be checking your direct messages often. Make sure you're getting those notifications on your phone. Because when it comes to direct messaging, not just on Instagram, on any platform, if somebody is inquiring something about your business, even on Facebook message or commenting on a Twitter post, you want to make sure that you're responding to those in a timely manner. If not ASAP, then within the next 24 hours, because people are always on the go these days. If you're not responding to them, they're probably looking at a bunch of other profiles too, and they'll go to the next person that responds to them the quickest. So fast response times are crucial for getting those booked appointments, for getting that relationship started with potential clients. I cannot stress that enough. I think that's the biggest takeaway from direct messaging, is to be checking them consistently and responding quickly.
Absolutely.
All right. So what does Estanza do for our clients? You know, this is hosted by Estanza, so we do want to let you guys know what we offer our clients in terms of not just Instagram, but through our client partnership. So when somebody signs on with Estanza, we offer them a plethora of services, everything from marketing to service to clinical training. But when it comes to that marketing, we offer kind of the foundational services to get their business started. So that involves content strategy. We offer consultations and recommendations for strengthening their brand presence, especially for entrepreneurs who are new to the field and they don't really know where to get started. You know, these are the clients that are insistent on putting their face as their profile, but we kind of guide them to maybe put a logo on there instead. We have seen tons of clients do promotional campaigns for different procedures. So we kind of guide you through that. We offer those insights to let you know, okay, maybe I should be doing this for my event. Maybe I should be posting something 6 months out to promote that event. We create custom graphics for our clients for social media, for flyers, events. We've even designed billboards and retractable banners for our clients. So those are some of the benefits that we offer our clients. Especially for promotions, you know, within the aesthetic industry or any business, you want to offer little treats here and there for your clients. So yes, there are various holidays like Valentine's Day, Halloween, Christmas, New Year's. Those are the major holidays that people might offer a discount for, you know, Black Friday. But there's also really fun aesthetic specific holidays like even Laser Tattoo Removal Day on August 14th that we have custom graphics for, and we can help you plan some kind of marketing strategy around that event. I think there's Botox Day, there's, you know, Customer Appreciation Day. These are all little holidays that not many businesses are aware of, but we've seen through working with various clients. And again, ongoing consulting and guidance for social media brand presence, you know, that's something that we specialize in. I know this webinar kind of just highlighted a few things, but we've used various platforms. There's tons more features on Instagram that we could get into, but we know that everybody has a busy schedule. But definitely check out our aesthetic resource library on estanzalaser.com. You can find many more resources there. But myself, Sophia, Hannah, probably the other two, they're gurus in social media. I mean, they're on it all day, every day for Estanza and our various other accounts, but they offer a ton of insight to our clients. We're always happy to hop on a call. But for anybody that joins this webinar too, if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. So definitely reach out to us. But with that said, we do want to offer you something today. Hannah,
our special treat that we mentioned earlier. So we've been talking all about Instagram. We've been talking about content, social media, and what's the best way to do that that is going to make sense and make it simple for you as the business owner. So Estanza has created this free, downloadable, customizable, full-fledged content calendar for the entire year of 2022. So this QR code, if you're tuning in on a desktop, go ahead and grab your cell phone and you can get that QR code right off the screen. You can also access it at the top of our aesthetic resources library on our website that Amy mentioned as well. That's just estanzalaser.com. And then on the top right on our main navigation menu, you'll see that resources tab. And that's where this, along with other webinars and other ebooks and things we've created to help folks out, all of that lives there. But this specifically is what we've kind of referred to here and there throughout today's webinar. It is very beneficial for you to look at the big picture of your content online and what promotions you're running, and then have that tie into the content that you're sharing on social media. So if you know that Mother's Day is coming up in the next month or so, and you want to run some type of promotion for moms, whether it's they get a discount or you're going to run a special package deal where if they buy 3 treatments ahead of time, they get a 4th free. Or maybe it's something about gift cards and you're encouraging the dads and the kids around town to get gift cards for mom for Mother's Day. Whatever your promotion is, you can include that in your calendar, and then you know that, oh, I want to promote that a few times before we actually start that special. So it has it a month laid out. It looks just like your average, printed out type of calendar. And it includes those aesthetic holidays that Amy mentioned a minute ago as well. So not only, the big Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, all of that good stuff. It also includes days on there where it is, tattoo removal day, hair removal day, customer appreciation, things of that nature that are relevant specifically to the aesthetics industry, that we think are very important to celebrate, and maybe even tie in some special promotions to those. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. There's also a notes column on there where you can write in your own notes. So feel free to download this and use the digital version, print it out, put it on your office wall, whatever works for you. This is a very great resource. It's straightforward, but it gives you sort of those anchors in what you're looking to post online and how to promote your services. So it's super helpful and it's free. So definitely grab that QR code here, or check out our entire resources library on estanzalaser.com, and you can download it from there as well.
Yeah, and shout out to Sophia because she created the content calendar. So I know she's going to be modest and humble and not say anything, but she did a great job. It looks great. It's super sleek and very modern. So you can slap your own logo again, make it customizable, but great job, Sophia.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited for everyone to use it and download it. I think it's an amazing thing to use, and I had a lot of fun making it. So.
Awesome. Yeah, Sophia also has made and helps us keep us on track in the marketing team for Estanza. So Estanza uses one very, very similar to this as well. And that was actually why she got the idea, we should make a version that other people can use. So definitely helpful and very beneficial for your business.
Yeah, awesome. Sorry, I prematurely clicked, but question and answers time. So we have a few minutes here. If you guys have any questions and answers, or questions that you want answered, definitely send them over right now. You can chat it, I believe, on your screen. So we'll give you guys just a few seconds to submit those.
All right. While, we do have one. Woohoo.
Yes. Okay, so where can we find the calendar on the Estanza site? QR code is not working. Oh no. Okay, well, after this webinar, we're actually going to send you a follow-up email with the all of the information, the slides, even this video recording. So, we had those screen recordings kind of doing the tutorial of each screen and each section, like posts, IG stories, where you can actually interact and pause with that when we send it to you. But we will make sure that we include the link to the content calendar in that email. I apologize for the QR code not working, but yeah, we'll definitely send that out to you. So look out in your emails for that following the webinar. But Hannah, thank you for responding. Yeah, if you go to estanzalaser.com, our website, on the main navigation menu, you should be able to see resources. And we have the calendar living there, along with all of our ebooks and other pre-recorded webinars. So definitely check that out. Okay, great. Thank you, Alfredo. So we also have a few other questions that people emailed in before the webinar. So one of them was, how do I grow my follower count? Can you guys give
a very popular one? Yeah. Sure, I'll hop in and then maybe you guys can add to me. So essentially, in short, do everything we just told you. No, I'm just kidding. But you definitely want to, have a strategy behind it. So think of it big picture. Think of what is the goal. Anytime you're doing any type of project, you want to have a goal in mind so that you can achieve that goal. And and you're not just wasting your time. So think of a strategy. And then what are you promoting? You're promoting your services. So you want to show off those services. It's kind of that initial thought behind what marketing is and how it works. If you don't tell people what you offer, then they don't know what you offer. So if you are a laser specialist and you offer a variety of aesthetic treatments, you want to show videos of that. You want to show before and after photos proving the results that you're providing your clients. So definitely showing off your services is big. As far as kind of tricking the algorithm and trying to make it work for you and increasing that following, consistency is also very important. So consistency not only on posting, but also on interacting. We showed that example of how to go and like, comment, and share on people's posts. You want to make sure that you do that because you will be rewarded for that. And the more people that you're interacting with on the platform, the more people that will be interacting back with you, right? So if you go and follow people, they'll most likely follow you back. If people follow you, we recommend you to follow them back if it's relevant and not some spammy looking, kind of robot profile looking. But definitely being consistent, interacting, because you'll be rewarded for that. And using those other tools that we've mentioned, like tagging the location, because anytime you tag a location to a post or a story or an Instagram live, that will show up on that location. And so if someone is looking at all of the posts in Dallas, Texas, yours will show up there. Same thing as tagging other accounts and then using hashtags. Hashtags are really big for reach and exposure, to increase your reach and then increase your following in return. So incorporating the locations and hashtags, tagging people, interacting with other accounts on the platform, those will all give you a return and increase your reach and ultimately increase your following.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
I think there's one other thing that I thought about. As a business profile, you get insights on every post. So if you continue to look at those and see how many people are commenting, how many people are liking your post, how many people are sharing with other people, if you're a new business to Instagram, you're experimenting and you're seeing what posts work and what posts don't work. So make sure that you're looking at those insights frequently and you're seeing, people are liking that I put pictures more or before and afters more instead of just graphics. So make sure you're doing that, and I think you'll get a lot more followers and a lot more people interested in your content.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to, you can do paid advertising on Instagram if that's something that you have the budget for, especially in the beginning stages of your business. When it comes to organic followers, organic traffic, that is something that takes a bit of time. So if you're brand new and you're like, man, I only have 10 followers, am I doing this thing correctly? That's pretty normal. It's okay. It does take time to kind of build up that following. Don't stress. Don't think oh man, throw in the towel now. You're starting a business, it does take a lot of work and effort, but to kind of get you that follower count kind of increasing in the beginning stages, you can always run ads. So that's definitely another option. You might want to do a test where you set a budget for 1 month to run on Instagram ads, then the next month you run on Facebook ads, and then the next month you try Google AdWords. In those beginning stages, definitely see trial and error, what works for your business, what doesn't. Some platforms might work better than others. We've heard clients have great success with Facebook and Instagram ads and little success on Google AdWords, and then vice versa, where they ran ads on Instagram and Facebook and it didn't really give them many results, but then they ran ads on AdWords and they got a ton of booked appointments. So it changes for everybody. The circumstances are different. It depends on your market, how many competitors are in your area, kind of boosting similar posts. But you won't know until you try. So you don't need to overexpend yourself. You can set a budget, even if it's just $5 or $10 a day, run a campaign for 2 weeks, test it out, see the results you get, and then kind of adjust from there. All right, and I think we have time for one last question. And we got one that was asking, what is the best time to post? This is a really great question.
Yeah, it is.
I'll hop in first again here. Clearly, I can't help but raise my hand for things, guys. There's a little bit of wiggle room in the answer, honestly, because it kind of depends. It depends on the type of business you're running, because that also depends on what your average audience is. I feel like hopefully you've caught on that having your profile set up as a business profile is the first and foremost important thing for your business's Instagram account, because it does give you those insights. And part of those insights includes showing you actually the most active times that your followers are on the platform. And that's specific to your followers. That's not everybody on Instagram. That's just the accounts that already follow you. So when you're on your profile and you go to insights, insights will literally be like at the top of your profile once you've created a business profile, because they're constantly wanting you to use that service that they have on the platform. So once you click into your insights and you scroll down, there'll actually be a chart, and it will show times and days of the week as well. And it'll be kind of like a bar graph. So you'll be able to see the most active times that your followers are on the platform. And then you can try to match that up to when you are posting. I will say there are a couple times throughout the day that are common for folks to kind of take a breather and get on their phones and ingest this online information. So think about in the morning when they're having their coffee, they're not at school or they're not at work yet. Around those lunchtime hours, again, people are taking a break, they're not working, they're not studying, they're consuming that information. And then again, sort of at that early evening time where people are either getting off work and they just got home, and they're kind of decompressing from the day before they, finish their evening doing X, Y, and Z. So the best advice that I would say, if anyone's asking me of like what to post, when to post, how to say something, kind of put yourself in the viewer's shoes and think of what would resonate with you if you were scrolling the platform, and what times, are you consuming this information, because you're most likely at least somewhat similar to your targeted demographic. So just kind of keeping some of those things in mind, I think is helpful for when you're thinking of what and when to post. What do you, Amy and Sophia, want to add to that suggestion?
Yeah, I think one thing that came across my mind was consistency, and we've talked about this before. But again, I think Hannah brought up very good points. It's usually very early in the morning that people are right before work, kind of just waking up by using Instagram or decompressing after work and before bed. Those are always great times, and especially during their lunch break too. That's probably a time where people are kind of browsing on their phones. But if you have some kind of schedule, and this is where your content calendar is going to be super helpful. If you have like a consistent post that you constantly do, and maybe you create like a whole campaign around it, like Treatment Tuesdays, right, at 12 p.m. TTT, alliteration. Yeah, if you have something like that where people are kind of expectant of, oh, they're doing a live treatment on Tuesday at 12, they kind of are expecting that. If you have a consistent follower base, then that's something that we've seen people do, and it's pretty successful. Or if you do like an IG live with someone once a month and you have a specific day and time set for it, and people look forward to it, that's also something to be mindful of, to kind of create some kind of campaign where there is consistency and expectancy within your followers. We've seen some clients do that. There's actually a campaign that somebody did that was called Tramp Stamp Tuesdays, which, maybe it rubs people the wrong way, but it stuck, and it actually had a really great following. People actually inquired saying like, you know what, I have a tramp stamp that I want to have removed. Can I come in for a treatment then, and then be featured on your Instagram? And it took off. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something like that or with that same name, but be fun, be creative with it, kind of create that consistent scheduling, and you should be able to have people interact and follow your posts a little bit more. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one last thing is that don't stress about it. You don't have to do it yourself at that same day. You can schedule it with like a software. We use HubSpot. You can also use, I believe, Sprout Social, and these are just really good platforms that will help you just plan out what posts you want to put on what day. And you can also schedule them for whatever time you think is best, so that you're not actually stressing out, oh shoot, it's 12 p.m. and I have to post this right now. So it's an awesome feature as well.
Yeah, good point. I think that's the only downside about Instagram is they don't have scheduling for posts specifically within the app, but there are tons of other scheduling apps that you can download and use in conjunction with Instagram so that you can schedule those posts. If that's not an option and you kind of like forget to post things consistently, I would just schedule one day out of the month or week to create different posts and then just save them as a draft. That way, the next morning, you know, okay, I have to do a post. You don't have to create it from scratch right then and there. You already have many to choose from, and then you can just select that from your drafts and then post it. So that's also another option. But I think downloading some kind of scheduling app or software is the way to go. It'll kind of keep you organized. Again, use that in conjunction with your content calendar, and you have a recipe for success.
Absolutely. I'm glad y'all both brought that up. I actually just threw in the chat a couple popular social media scheduling softwares. I believe, I don't think HubSpot has a free version, but I know that there's, different levels. There's the free version and there's a couple paid levels for platforms such as Hootsuite and Sprout Social and some of those other ones that we mentioned. And then actually, you may not be aware, but Facebook owns Instagram. So when you're in the Facebook app, if you also have a Facebook business profile, which we won't get into today, save that for another webinar, but there is something called the Creator Studio, and you are able to schedule posts within the back end of Facebook, and you can automatically have those posts shared to your Instagram feed as well. So definitely think of some of those back end things. And these are, I don't know about you guys, but giving me some good ideas for what we could have our next webinar be to share some more of these detailed insights with everybody.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's, please let us know. If there's anything else that you want to hear about, or if you have questions regarding this webinar, let us know. This is our contact information right here. So you can email us at marketing@estanzalaser.com. Definitely visit our website. There's our phone number, and then follow us on Instagram if you aren't already. And once you get there, you can kind of see Sophia talked about it earlier. When we set up our profile, we have links to our other profiles as well. So we have a training division called New Look Laser College at Estanza. If you're wanting to get trained in tattoo removal, definitely follow that Instagram. You can reach out about questions for that to Estanza as well. But thanks for joining us today. If there is a topic that you want us to create a webinar for, or even an ebook for, send that our way. We'd be happy to create that for you. We are a well of knowledge here at Estanza. So definitely pick our brains. We want to hear about it from you guys so that we provide resources to help you in your business. But thank you for joining us. We're going to send a recording of this and also the slide deck to you in an email following this webinar. So feel free to access that. We'll update the QR code to make sure that it's working. But I did chat the direct link to the aesthetic practice content calendar for you guys, so definitely use that. But we'll include that, all of the social scheduling apps that Hannah linked to in the chat, we'll include that in the email as well. But yeah, thanks so much, Sophia, Hannah. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you everyone for your time. And as Amy mentioned, you know where to find us, and we're here to provide more resources for you. So thank you again, and hopefully we will see y'all soon.
Yeah, bye guys.
Bye.
Thanks everyone.